I like characters who are going through some kind of transition.
Yeah.
You know, who don't remain the same, or who are broadening their horizons, or I keep saying that, but characters who go through some kind of a change. Not necessarily, like all my life I've noticed I've been offered mostly very good and earnest women.
Yeah.
Very good and morally upright. By and large, you know, I have played very morally upright women. Very earnest, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, full of integrity. I'm not necessarily like that in real life.
We're not complaining, but
But women don't have to
I
be
just
so
gonna
morally
say,
upright all
but
the
I don't-
time. That's what I'm saying. No, this is put upon women. You'll rarely see women characters being irresponsible, taking bad decisions, and still being lovable, or being relatable, or having understanding or sympathy.
the work-life balance.
The work-life balance.
How do you do
also,
it?
yeah.
Give us some advice. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a tough one.
Yeah, it is very tough, and it's a daily struggle, frankly. I'm again looking for a nanny. I mean, I find that
Guys,
I'm
any recommendations?
you know, this is the other thing I remember, you know, people used to say this about women that, I remember growing up, I've heard this a lot, you know, that, oh, so-and-so aunties, they're always talking about domestic staff. And why are they talking about it? Because it's ultimately falls on them.
Absolutely.
Because without reliable help, which is often at the cost of less privileged women, unfortunately, I would have no career or social life. You know, so it's a very important part of life, and you know, you find this inspiration, like, or this balance, you have to find it daily. The bai who comes to my house also has her children who she has to, so I mean, many people have to, you know, many women, some men have to negotiate this on a daily basis. So you have to have other skill sets, you know, in life, not to fall apart like me when you're nannyless, or not to fall apart when a film doesn't do well, because you have other things to fall back on.
Ageism is a reality. Body shaming is a reality. The way you need to look is a reality.
Yeah.
Even with your privilege and your upbringing,
That's true,
have you
which is
faced
why I'm
it?
yeah. Have I faced it? I don't know. Because I think I'm not even choosing to see it like that.
Okay, so you-
I'm like saying, I'm 40 years old, this is what I look like, this is what I do. I would like to keep working, ideally.
But like you said, it's hard to maintain that. I just wonder whether you can tell us best whether this industry's perception towards not just women but mothers, has it changed? Is it easier to be a mother in this industry today?
You know, one of my favorite things to say in this regard is the first film I did after I had my son Haroon. The first film I did, I played a 60-year-old woman. So I was like, wow, you know, motherhood really ages you in the Hindi cinema.
That's a bit of a step, isn't it?
Yeah. No, but that's, of course, I mean, it's true. But,
it's-
after that, I did all kinds of other roles
Yeah.
as well. I actually feel that I have really a very, very privileged life. And actually, so has my mother. Because even though, you know, for a lot of women, it's not like this for most women. It's not.
You've had an amazing upbringing, but do you feel that maybe as women sometimes we don't speak up enough? Is there a perception that we're scared of, that we'll be labelled as... I tend to face it a lot. Don't speak up because you'll be labelled emotional. I mean, my role is gender neutral, right? So similarly yours is in a way.
So this aspect I've not seen, because I'm telling you, I've come from a place of privilege.
So you've never had that sort
I've
of...
not had
yeah.
this problem. I've also been, I mean, other than being really shy when I was young, which I think even had I been a boy, but I actually most of the time feel very gender neutral myself. I don't particularly feel like a woman
I
all
can
the
understand
time,
that,
or like
yeah.
a man or anything. I just feel quite like just a human being, a lot of the time. In fact, sometimes I'm like, oh, that was quite feminine of me, and I feel quite excited. I still learn things about being a woman, and how there's so many different ways that you can be a woman, you know, and then there's not one way to be a woman, or what is considered feminine, or how important that is. So that is something I'm still kind of learning, and a lot of that actually learning came to me post motherhood, because I think before that I just didn't really particularly feel, I felt quite gender neutral, or what is that called?
Gender neutral, I get what you're saying.
Androgynous.
Is it your latest, most interesting challenge being a mother? It's a different role.
He's 8.5.
Yeah.
Struggling to keep the dark
The
aspects
side-
of myself
the side towards
contained.
everything.
Yeah.
Isn't it exciting to be bringing up a young man and getting a chance to shape him to be the kind of man that, you know, we should
To be the
see.
kind of human being
A
that
human
he wants
being,
to
actually,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, be the kind of human being that he wants to be. That's the main thing, no? Yeah, what he wants to be now. You know, very little control actually you have. You can try to provide the right environment. Maybe bring up the right issues from time to time. When he was younger, we would do this, you know, like in the balcony. I remember we could see, often on Sundays, we could see, you know, a football game being played outside. And so, you know, often Haroon and I would be sitting in the balcony and chatting, and I would, and we'd, well, they're playing football, or this team is winning, whatever, you know, I mean, he didn't. And then, you know, saying that, notice how they're all boys who are playing. And where are the girls?
So you'd have those conversations.
Yeah, and I wonder where the girls are. What do you think they're doing? It's not like I know like any particular answer to give him, but just to become aware of these things. And you know that he has chores around the house. Like it's his job to set the table like twice a day. Sometimes he's like, I don't want to. And I'm like, but I'm sorry, but that's your job. Sometimes and to do things even when you don't feel like doing them is such a great life learning for all of us. And you know, or you know, I remember when he wanted to wear nail polish, because you know I often wear nail polish, my sister does, and he said he was very young, so I had to say that, you know, let's nail polish is not for children, but perhaps once you are older you can decide whether you want to wear nail polish or not. But you know, the thing is that they get so many influences from outside, because obviously in our household we never pushed any, you know, gender specific toys or colors,
on a person.
but and his favorite color was pink, and we were like, okay, great. He came back from school one day betrayed, because he was like, you didn't tell me that pink was a girl's color. So then, you know, I was like, but why? I mean, I love blue. So you know, you have to counter also, I mean, these kind of things, and then they'll be who they want to be, and then I don't really know how much you can do about it.